Okay, I would like to welcome everybody who comes on the stream here. So today I got an order in, which made me really want to play. Anyway, it made me really want to stream here. So what it is I've been using a G920 in the past, and I just barely picked up a Thrustmaster set. So after watching somebody else stream, I don't even remember who it was. I wish I could give them some credit there. But I was watching somebody else stream, and they had the Thrustmaster stick and the Thrustmaster TMX setup. And so I got doing some more research and decided rather than go for the TMX, I was actually going to go all the way. So over the course of the last couple of weeks, I purchased a T8A, which on this camera you can't really see, but it's actually at the bottom of my mega shifter here. So I got a Thrustmaster TH8A, a set of the Pro pedals, so the T3PA Pros, which I've got the conical brake mod put in there. Although when I was looking at the sensitivity, it's gonna be way overdriven. I may need to look into how to give it more room there. And then just today, the UPS guy was nice enough to bring me my TX base, which I ordered on Monday, along with the Sparco, Sparco Rally steering wheel. Now I chose the Sparco Rally because it looked to be about the biggest one. There was another one that was about as big, but I didn't like it as much, so I went ahead and went with this one. With it being a semi truck, there's no way, I can't have an 18-inch wheel or something. Although with this one, there could be the possibility of manually making such a deal. But one of the things I was reading is as you get bigger and bigger, then you can't reach down there and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to get driving here before I keep talking, so I don't run out of things to say at the beginning here. Let's go ahead and hop inside. I just barely remapped everything, so I'm going to be getting used to that as I play here, since I switched up. Oh, that's crawl gear. Since I just switched up all my settings, the mega shifter is set the same, but all my other buttons are not where I'm used to, so we'll see how badly that affects me. It shouldn't affect me as badly as if I didn't have the mega shifter. I'm actually waiting for my mega shifter, the mega shifter adapter to come in, but I stuck it on. They use a different adapter for the Thrustmaster than they do for the Logitech. Oh, looks like this is not the one that I want. I need to go to that place right over there. Anyway, they use a different adapter. I think that's where I'm trying to go. And so I'm waiting for that adapter to come in. But I was able to shove it down on there, and I tightened the little tightening screw on, and it seems to be holding relatively well. Okay, this is not where I want to be. Where am I even getting this job from? I should have looked at that more closely, I guess. Let's see, the freight market, one that's on my GPS, is from Chimmy, huh? Okay. Maybe this is the right one. Let's take a look around here. Nope, it's the next one down. Okay. One of the big things that has changed is where my view buttons are, so hopefully and the feel of the shifter's a lot better. I mean, even back when I got the mega shifter and heard about people putting the mega shifter on, everybody said, well, the Thrustmaster feels better, and it's probably because it's all metal construction, whereas the G920 shifter is, a lot of it is plastic, and so you get the extra weight and whatnot of the Mega Shifter on top of there, and it gets that much more wobbly feeling. External contracts, not external contracts, freight market. We are going to take a guy that's on our GPS, which takes us all the way up to Lithuania. I was really hoping to head down to Italy. I am still, caveat, I'm still playing 1.30 because I play with Pro Mods. I would hate to get rid of Pro Mods, and Pro Mods has not yet been updated for the for 1.31. So until they do that, I will be playing 1.30 because I would rather have Pro Mods than... Okay, wait. Where's the trailer I'm picking up? Is that the trailer I'm picking up? I would rather... Did I not accept it? Apparently I need to, like, drive more and talk less. So I think I didn't accept it. Unless they've got another yard somewhere. Okay, let's try that again. Enter. Freight market. Take job. Ah, I hit escape instead of take job. Okay, let's do this again. Anyway, I would rather play with Pro Mods than play the 1.31, which is going to put me in the minority of anybody streaming on YouTube, I think, and so I'm probably less likely to get views out of that, but it's what I prefer to drive, and hopefully within the next week or so, Pro Mods will put out the update, and then I can do that. I put it in the description, I think, but I do have a triple monitor set up, so I have the I'm off a little bit. I have the extra mirrors up for anybody who's watching to see, but I actually use mirrors that are on my side screens, not the ones that you are seeing on the stream. So also, my middle monitor is an ultra wide, which I don't know if I would do again if I had it to do again, but it is, and so that's why I choose to do the layout I do. Anyway, that's going backwards. We are connected. Let's go ahead and get on the road. I'm going to have to sleep probably twice here. Also, I bought my truck only 2 streams ago, which is like 2 deliveries ago, because with the real economy mod, it takes a while to get enough money to buy one. And so I'm only recently able to do so. Hopefully I don't go broke because I did it. I'm really worried that I'm not going to be able to keep up with my payments, but I guess I'm going to have to find out. Also, I did a mod that I saw somebody else who had the Volvo layout, sorry. The TH8A do, where they were using so I used the real Volvo shift layout, not just range splitter or something like that, and so I did a mod that I saw somebody do. I don't even remember who it was now, but I saw it one time on YouTube where the guy took just a pen, and I actually ended up using a pen lid and just cut it down to the right size and slipped it over the last 2 tines so that I don't go into gears that I don't have. So anyway, and it seems to be working pretty well. I'm quite happy with it. So the pedals feel very different than my old ones, not in a bad way. And again, the shifter feels significantly different. But anyway, so I have that. So the TH8A actually has 8 slots, which I didn't care about the 8 slots because at least for Euro Truck, and I don't tend to play many other driving games. Last couple of days while I was waiting for the Mega Shifter adapter to come in, I've been playing other things, and while I also was waiting for the base here to come in, but I went ahead and got it to fit on in the meantime. But I was playing City Car Driver, I mean, which isn't all that much, but Euro Truck and American Truck are generally the driving games I play, and in truth, the reason I got these. So there you go. So I'm trying to remember. Let's see. The cruise set is this guy. Yep. Okay. So cruise set's that button. Again, I just remapped all my buttons for the new steering wheel, and I'm sure they're going to change up, and I'm gonna mix them around and stuff. But for now, this is the way they are. I love this steering wheel. I love the feel of this. Suede. It feels great. Feels so much more realistic than my old one was, mainly in the size. Also, the feedback is much better. I'm actually tempted to go in and let's go ahead. I'm not even tempted anymore. I'm just doing it. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to actually crank up the feedback. I've already got it set in the Thrustmaster itself. It's set at 75%, but I'm going to mess with these a little bit and see if I can find a place that feels even better. Usually on my G920 I would turn off the engine feel, mainly because it was so loud. When the engine feel got in there, it was just, it was insanely loud. I'm going to turn the engine back down, because that, I don't know, it's not necessarily bad. I'm afraid it might be coming across on the microphone too much. If it's shaking too much, then it may be coming across the microphone. But there's definitely a lot of feedback all around. We'll see how much I decide to keep it up. It's going to be more of a workout for my arms playing it like this, which isn't a bad thing. They could use it, so let's go ahead and... Oh, you know what? The retarder kicked in. I'd rather have the retarder kick in than my engine brake. I do like that the cruise pulls on the retarder. I think I talked on my last stream, maybe it was the one before, I kind of have to go between what's realistic and what I enjoy playing, and part of that is my whole TH8A. If I were going for realism, I wouldn't even really need that, because trucks in Europe, at least for Euro, trucks in Europe are generally automatic, or not, yeah, auto shifting manual transmissions. So all this manual rowing of my own gears wouldn't really be happening anyway. So, you know what? Let me see. No, I don't need that. You know what? Crap. What's the button I need? Okay, I gotta rest. I meant to check that before I got this far, and then I did not. So I was driving, going to pick up my kids earlier today from school, and I found, and I got in my real car, and I've done this before, this is by far not the first time, but I get in my real car, and then I let's see, go back inside there. Okay. And I hop in the car, and I was heading out on the road or whatever, and I reached for my paddle shifter to turn on my turn signal, and I seriously, I reached for it, and on my car that happens to be out where the cruise control is. I was like, why am I doing the cruise control? And then I realized, oh, I'm actually trying to do the turn signal, but I'm doing the cruise control instead. So okay, let's get some lights going now. Apparently I didn't map the high beams like I thought I did. Let's see, I swear I put the high beams to that guy. Controls. Maybe it's just not picking up keys. high beams. Oh, I did not. Did I? Wipers left. Okay, well, now I did. There we go. And let's go ahead and hop inside. I don't need to be crawling. And I can stall it. So I do have, I only have the 460 horsepower engine. I chose to do that because I'd like it to be a little more challenging as I'm driving. So for that reason, I also am choosing smaller loads. I may go ahead and upgrade to like the 500 horsepower engine or something, but I'd rather not go all the way up. I could have afforded. I've got $20,000 from the bank still left over after I ordered, but I could maybe go and get a little bigger engine, but I'm not actually looking to build a heavy hauler right now, although I do have the special transport DLC, which I have still never done any special transports on, so you know, that could be fun as well. Oh, apparently I was in high, that's why. Okay. So, but that's not what I'm really building this truck for. So, if anybody knows that, you know, if I can do special transport in quick drive mode or quick job mode, maybe I'll go ahead and just do one of those, kind of cut that guy off at some point so that I can get the experience of the special transport. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But that's not what this truck is for. I'm really designing this truck for standard loads, you know, 20, 22 tons, something like that, not something really big. And this seems to be a pretty good setup for that. I may go ahead and, once I get along, maybe buy a second truck where I can go ahead and do heavier loads with it. Like right now I wouldn't want to haul anything over probably maybe 25 tons with this. I did choose to get the 12+2, the 14 speed with the crawl gears. That way, if I do want to haul a little heavier load, then despite the less powerful engine, I can still get started. Oh, and one of the mods I'm playing, it's a mod that does real engines for the Volvos, real engines and transmissions, and so it actually, according to the mod, it brings in realistic specs for the engines as well as for the transmission gearing and all of that stuff. And as far as I can tell, they actually do a pretty good job with it. And it gives a whole lot of other options on the transmissions and stuff. So there was a 14-speed transmission that had slightly deeper crawl gears than the rest. So I went ahead and I got that one. And then I stuck with the 460 horsepower engine. And I lost a lot of speed on that hill. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm going for with this is, you know, what would a typical fleet truck do? And maybe I had to look into that and say, okay, you know, in Europe, how big of engines do most fleet trucks actually go for? Because I would bet that for economy purposes, which matters a lot with the fuel prices over there, they probably do not all have 700 horsepower engines or 750 horsepower engines. They probably have something significantly less than that. And so I'm kind of trying to go that way now. Maybe in the future here I'll start doing more of the heavy hull and the special transport and stuff, and I'll go ahead and build a, you know, 750 or 780 horsepower Scania with the 14 speed, and you know, do all of that so that I can get in some really heavy hauling. But that's not really what this truck is meant to do. And so with this truck, I don't plan on doing those upgrades. I don't plan on upgrading to the 750 horsepower. What I'll probably end up doing is buy a second truck and hire somebody to drive this one in the meantime, and buy me probably a 780 horsepower Scania, maybe the new 8x4 that they just Although I guess that's in the 1.31, so I'll have to wait till I come out with that update, or till I apply that update. And maybe that'll be my motivation for doing so, is if I can get, when I go to, when I do the 1.31 update, maybe I'll go ahead and do the heavy 8x4. I may not be able to do the 8x4 yet, or but maybe I can do a 6x2 or something on the Scania. I don't think I'm a high enough level to do the 8x4. Anyway, we'll have to see when it comes time to that, because this is a fairly new game, new profile that I'm playing on. I've only, this is my 6th stream, and I haven't played it. Well, okay, I didn't mean to play it. I actually was only playing it in stream, and then I got confused because it had been a while since I streamed, and I accidentally played like maybe 3 hours outside of the stream and drove up to Poland and did a bunch of stuff. So but I was originally not going to drive it outside the stream, so I'd have to look at the hours, but I've maybe got 10 hours of driving or something on this profile. I haven't driven that far, so I'm fairly low level still, and so it may actually take a while before I'm able to build a heavy hauler truck that's really a heavy hauler, with 8 axle or an 8x4 or something like that, where it's a true heavy hauler. I could probably do a 6x2 fairly quickly. I used to just use a tag lift most of the time, because then I had 2 axles, 2 rear axles when I needed them, and then I could pull them up when I didn't, and still have the shorter turn radius. And I actually really loved the short turn radius of the tag lift when you're parking, because you can turn that thing on a dime. It's great. Let's go ahead and pass here. So I've got my cruise set at 83. 83 gives me a little bit of space to speed up before I start getting tickets, because I think they start giving tickets at 5 over. So 83, if I get on a downhill, I'll probably kick it down just a little bit so that my retarder comes in faster. In fact, I may go ahead and do that now. We'll go ahead and set to 81 in preparation, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a downhill coming up here. But we'll go to 82. So I have a button for increasing my cruise, but I don't have a button for decreasing my cruise. And I'm wondering if it would actually be better to do the other way around. I'm actually going to switch that, because when I'm on a downhill and I want my retarder to come in, I may want to have a decrease button, whereas I can always just push the throttle a little bit. And let's see, engine, cruise. There we go. Cruise decrease is going to actually be button 12 now, because I can always push the throttle and reset the cruise if I'm on flat land or going uphill. But if I'm going downhill and I need the retarder to come in, then the decrease could be useful. We'll see. I may change my mind, and it doesn't really matter, because I've got, because I've actually got on my number keypad here, I've got a increase and decrease for my cruise as well, so it's probably a little bit redundant. We'll see. I'll just have to play with it as I try things out here. Sorry, I'm just gonna check the audio levels on my stream here real quick, see how the stuff is coming through. I think the overall volume level is pretty good. I just want to make sure that the clicks and stuff aren't coming through too loud. And see what I can do about it. I'm using a Blue Yeti as my mic, and so it does a great job at picking up, but versus if I were using a mic here, which would only pick up my voice, it's going to pick up pretty much everything. So, and I am coming to my I should have just slowed it down there instead of putting the pedal to the metal right now. So I can get up here in time. And then let's go ahead and... Oh, that wasn't... I thought that was my exit. I thought my exit was coming up. So I had to hurry and get around him, but it wasn't my exit. So... Anyway. We are now driving through Deutschland on our way up to Lithuania. All the way up to Lithuania, right? Am I completely wrong? I know my European... Yeah, Lithuania, I say. The European, what am I trying to say? Geography isn't as good as it ought to be. I know Germany fairly well, but, and I know where Poland is and whatnot right around that area, but I get up into, the north, up into, the Nordic countries, and I don't know those, and then if you head east I get lost, or even south I get lost. So anyway, but Lithuania is where we're off to. And that actually is one of the funner things with playing. So I'm playing with both Pro Mods and Roost Map, which are well outside my normal geographical knowledge, so maybe it helps me to learn that a little bit. Okay, we gotta slow it down just a tad before I run these people over. Man, I'm loving this steering wheel. This steering wheel is great. The feedback is so much better. You know, I mean, for what I paid for it, my G920 was pretty good. I looked it up the other day, and I bought it a year and a half ago, and I paid $300 for it. So for what I paid for it, it's good. If I had it to do again, I think I would buy the G29. Although it's hard to say. Nice thing about the G29 is it actually, I think, has one more button than the G920. So, you know, that's nice. And there's a button that would have worked really well as a horn. Oh, which looks like I've got the wrong horn button. I just tried to honk my horn, and it looks like I've got the wrong horn. Because there's the horn and there's air horn. Looks like I've got it set to the air horn, and I don't have an air horn. Okay, there we go. Anyway, there's a great button for the horn on that one, whereas on the G920 there's not. So anyway, for the money, it's a great one. Although if I had it to do again after reading the reviews, I would probably buy the TMX, the Thrustmaster TMX, which comes in at basically the same price as a G920, but you can use the rest of the Thrustmaster ecosystem. Now one of the big reasons I chose not to go with the TMX is the replaceable steering wheels. I actually really like the idea of being able to switch out steering wheels, which the TMX does not do. So that functionality was something that I actually wanted to have, and was one of the deciding factors with going with the significantly more expensive TX setup. The TMX, I'm trying to remember, I could have gotten the non-pro pedals, as well as the the steering base and the wheel, because it doesn't have a replaceable wheel. And I did not mean to do that. And also the TH8A Shifter, I think, for like $450, which would have been about $300 less than what all of this came to. Part of the reason I did spend an extra $20 because I bought I thought it was going to take me longer to save up, so I bought the shifter and the pedals sooner than the base and the steering wheel. And in order for that to work with my G920, the shifter already has a USB, but the pedals are designed to be plugged into the back of the steering wheel, which you can also do with the shifter. But in order to make the pedals work without the steering wheel, you have to buy an adapter, which I did, and I'm actually glad I'm playing with it right now. It kind of makes it a little nicer for setting things up, because then I don't have them tethered together when I take them off my desk, because I do not have a sim rig or something. This is my workstation. This is where I do my day job, and so I actually need to be able to move everything out of the way so I can do my day job. And so I can't have everything locked in place, and having them all on separate USB cables is actually nice for that, from that front, because I can more easily move things around without issues. Whereas if I had the shifter and the pedals plugged into the steering base, like I had to do on my G920, that means all of them are cabled together, and it makes it more difficult. So that was actually something that I was excited to have. So had I bought them at the same time, I wouldn't have had to spend that $15 on. It was 15, not 20. I wouldn't have had to spend that $15 on it, because I could have just run it to the base. But I'm glad I'd have it in the end, because I'm using it. So it's nice to have that functionality. And in the future, if I happen to get a different steering wheel, I could use it to then go ahead and use these pedals with that steering wheel. Although I think I would probably be more likely to get different pedals than a steering wheel. This steering wheel is great. I mean, I'm sure there are better ones out there. Don't get me wrong. I know there are better ones out there. But the one thing I'm kind of missing, and this is the problem with doing research, is you get looking and there's always something else out there. And a load cell would be pretty cool. Although, that having been said, with a semi-truck, you wouldn't have a load cell, because semis are air activated, and so I was tempted from a standpoint on the truck that, well, I probably shouldn't make it feel like it's a hydraulic clutch, because in a truck it wouldn't be a hydraulic clutch, it would be a pneumatic clutch. And so it doesn't feel the same. So there's that. But the clutch, and I've seen a couple of people have done mods to give it that, but it would be nice to have that clutch feel, where you push in the pressure plate and you can feel it go. But I don't think it's worth. So I paid, I think it was the base, and the base, so the TX base and the pedals both I bought on, they were pre-open box on Amazon, so I ended up saving like $20 a piece on them or something. So the pedals, which are normally $180, I think, if I'm right, I actually got for $130, so that's obviously more than 20. Do the math. And then the servo base, I saved another $40 on or something versus buying it new. I've bought things from Amazon's warehouse before, and had relatively good luck with it. Usually you might be missing a cable or two, or the manual, or it's been opened before or something like that. The pedals were missing a lot of the shipping stuff, and the base had a crushed box. Basically everything works great. There's no damage to the items themselves. I knew that they could have those issues, that kind of thing wrong with them when I bought them, so there was no desire to return them. Had I bought them new, then I might have turned around and returned them, and then someone else would have gotten a good deal. But since I bought them used, I knew that was probably going to be how they were, and that was what I expected. So it is time to start slowing down. I may have to look into my my mega shifter is a little bit loose. It's kind of twisting a little bit. Ooh, I may not make this hill. amazing what half a gear can do there. Okay. Oh, I'm totally over revving. One of the things I like about not driving in France and Italy is the lack of toll roads. I get tired of those toll roads down there. That's for sure. But, I mean, not that it's unrealistic that they have toll roads down there, but I get tired of those toll roads. Having to stop every, like, 2 minutes. Ooh. Oh, this is feeling so good. Gotta get used to it, but the feedback, the amount of feedback. Oh. I'm loving the feel of this. Praha. Oh, you know what? That's something that I should totally do. I've got this long trip ahead of me. I should see if there are places along the way that need to be discovered, kind of like right here that I'm missing. Nothing else I could discover this guy while I'm here. Let's do that. And then you could do that. Ropla. You could loop up past there. Let's do that. Get off the Autobahn and have a little bit more fun. And then we're definitely going to loop through Lutz here. Let's see if I come in this way. If I want to do that. There's no easy way to do this, it looks like. Okay, that works. And then it's a little far out of the way, but we could definitely swing through here, through Eblag, and then through Kaliningrad. I'm glad they gave me my English version there because I would not have been able to get that. I think I have been up this one before. We'll swing by. Okay. We added some time and some interest to our trip, at least. Okay, maybe you know what? I can totally do that. Where's my map? I can totally get him, because I'm not too late here. Okay, that works. Of course, we're going to start dropping frames here because it's pro mods in the city and I'm losing power. Okay. Okay, signal my intentions on the roundabout. Yeah, it's just a... Oh. Oh, I'm totally like all over the place here. Oh, I'm supposed to be turning right here. I just about made a possibly fatal mistake. Ooh, I get to go through a tunnel. That's fun. Oh, yeah, okay, it is going to be turning after the tunnel. So I put this down for ending at 10:30, but at this point, I don't have any desire to end at 10:30, so we're probably just going to go until this delivery is finished, which is probably going to be more like 11:30 maybe. Ooh, that was a little bit over revved. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. I'm coming back into the 50 in a second, so there's not really any reason to accelerate beyond 50. I should have been in the other lane. Oh well. A little late now. Definitely not my best roundabout. There's some awesome cities. Oh, I'm still in the 50 zone. Let's slow it down a bit. Oh. Still reaching for the old buttons. Luckily I placed them mostly in... Whoa, that was like... I stopped really short there. This really is kind of a heavy load for my truck. It doesn't want to get going. Okay, so what am I trying to do up here on this roundabout? Okay, so I'm going straight through. Okay. Again, I should have been using the other lane. Okay. And then there is a Renault dealer, huh? Okay. Let's get going. I wonder if I were to... Sorry. Oh, no, that's definitely not the way I want to go. Okay. So one of the things I am missing is on my G920, I was able to map one of the buttons as the escape key, which in-game has special functionality. So I'm actually missing that capability. I was also able to make it where I mapped it all, remapped it all in software. So every time I set up a new profile, there were only minimal changes I had to do to the controls, because most of them were just mapped to keys rather than mapped to buttons. And so I'm gonna have to see if there's a way that I can do that with this Thrustmaster setup, because it is, I need to be in this lane. Okay. Busted what I did. So my understanding, being an American who doesn't use roundabouts much, is that with a roundabout, you should only be in the right lane when you enter if you're turning right. So if it's a 2-lane roundabout, you should only be in the right lane if you're turning right. Otherwise, you should be in the left lane, and then on the subsequent, you can then exit on the left lane of the exit. Anyway, and the only way that works for two people to be able to exit at once is if the one coming in always exits if they're in the right lane. That's my understanding. And that's just from, watching YouTube videos about how roundabouts work. So I could be completely wrong on that front. But that's my understanding, which is why, I was saying, well, I did that wrong because I didn't exit like I was supposed to, or I didn't enter like I was supposed to, really. Ooh. Okay, I'm probably gonna catch a pick on this. I've done a lot. No, I will. I'm gonna do a picture right up here, a screenshot for the thumbnail here. So let's go to the photo studio. Ah, man, this guy is like hurting my head. I wonder if I could loosen him just a tad. Give myself a little more slack and have it matter at all. Oh, that seems to matter. Well, let's see how it works out. Okay, so now, now this is not going to be fun. So I'm going to go over here and swing it this way, and we're going to go big. Swing it a little bit this way, something like that. It's looking pretty pixelated. Do that, and then I'm gonna come over here. Just gonna do that. Okay. I'm not really excited about those, but they're better than whatever the default ones are, so I guess I'll be happy with that. Okay. Okay, 15 hours, 950 kilometers left, which, on that note, I have... Well, I should do that. Oh well. 1,600 kilometers left, so I don't even have to fill up. I will have to sleep, but I won't have to fill up on the way, so that's not bad. Okay. ETA Monday. When's it expected to be delivered? Okay, I'm good. We got plenty of time. Okay. I'm loving the feedback on this wheel. One of the things with the G920 is because of its design, it had a dead zone in the middle, which is, I'm not the first one to say this, I've read a lot, but it makes a huge difference to have the belt drive where it doesn't have the dead zone. Oh man, that makes a big difference. Also, I mean, now part of that is my settings, but the centering on this is really good. And I can have a little bit of engine feedback, which I do have enabled, which I had turned way down before. Without it, on the old setup, it just sounded vibraty, like here, like the gears chattering or something as it tried to do the engine vibration, which this does not do. So that's definitely worth its money in the end. Okay, so I'm realizing, how close am I to needing to sleep? No, wrong button. I need like F7. 2 hours, huh? Okay, I need to sleep by about 11, which means I'm going to be driving in the dark again. Oh, that's my retarder I hear because I'm going significantly over the speed limit. And I probably better kick off the cruise, start slowing it down. Coming into a 50 zone, huh? Cool. Some kind of a construction project going on. Looks like they're building a new road. Gotcha. Cool. Cool. What is this in front of me? Oh, I went off the road a little bit there. What is this car in front of me? I am not sure what that is. My guy's gonna start yawning here in a minute. I'm surprised, and obviously, you know, there's cost associated. I'm actually really surprised that American trucks don't have retarders more often. Just from what I've been watching, seems like most European trucks do. Like, that's pretty common. And American trucks, it is not. Unless you're really doing a heavy hauler, they don't do retarders. And it seems like one of those things that... Okay, come on, let's get going. One of those things that for security purposes would be really, really useful. Man, that was some bad gear selection back there. Whew. Apparently I need a rest too. Something about streaming, and maybe it's, you know, because I often do it in the evening, but I swear Oh, 50 again, huh? I swear I yawn a lot when I'm streaming. A lot more than I do in normal life. Of course, maybe I just am more aware of it because I know that someone could be watching. Oh. And so it stands out to me. Oh, crap. My guy's definitely getting tired. Do I have a place anywhere close that I can get some rest? I'm gonna have to choose to do it up here. So there is a rest area there. Okay. So this DHL place, there's a rest area. It's good to know, because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it before then. I didn't plan that out very well. Time to speed up. We're gonna split this gear. I don't usually split on that, but we're doing it because we're getting there slowly. I'm gonna end up with tickets and stuff. Oh man. What if I took a detour? Is there even anywhere that I could detour to? No, there's not. I'm just gonna have to take it as it comes. And we've got a construction zone. Oh, I might actually hit the green though. So how soon am I going to start getting tickets? 30 minutes, huh? I'm not going to make it there in 30 minutes. Grossa Vena, huh? I'm not going to be able to pass you, am I? Okay, so there's the Mibao, so I may not be as far away as I think I am. Problem is that it doesn't take very much in the way of tickets before I lose the money I would have made, and I'm starting to get sleepy-eyed. Oh, and I'm like speeding. Pretty country though. Looking good. So all this, my expenditures here actually came out of I've been saving up for a while to get a new graphics card when NVIDIA releases the next round of them. I currently have a 1060, but with all the screens I have, it's kind of actually underpowered. Like it does pretty well for what it is. When I originally bought it, I did not have triple screens, and I was not really planning a triple screen setup either. So, you know, that's for what I bought it for, it's actually worked really, really well. And it's kind of the little card that could, because I'm currently running 2560 by 1080 in the middle, and then 1920 by 1080 on both sides, and it's actually keeping up really quite well. You know, I usually push near 60 frames. I don't usually keep 60 frames, although some of that I think is back to Pro Mods generating stuff in the cities. But it says that there's a place that I can sleep back there. Anyway, so it's been the little card that could, but my monitors are actually capable of running Quad HD. So DHL, okay, so they're capable of doing. Oh crap! How do I? Okay, I'm pretty confused here. Of doing Quad HD resolution. So if I was able to up that, maybe. Okay, looks like I come over here and get stuck. I have no idea what's. This is totally the wrong spot to be. I am gonna be so. No, over here. I totally chose the wrong place. Let's see if we can even turn around here. I almost made that. I might have actually made it. I'm gonna see. Come on. I did barely make it. I totally like. Oh, wrong one. Wrong gear. Oh, I'm in high. I'm split up instead of split down, so it's part of what my issue is. Part of it's just me, but I mean, being split wrong is me too, so. Okay, so this is the entrance I want to go in. Oh, I totally did not go in. I'm just coming to sleep in your yard here, don't worry. Don't worry about me. Because it looks like I can sleep in your yard. I hope that's the case. Because otherwise, I am never gonna make it to my sleeping spot. Yeah, there's a spot I can sleep right over here. That guy's like moving. Is he? There's a plate there that's hovering. Look at this. I can totally sleep in their yard. They're so nice. And I'm totally not even like parked right or anything. But we're gonna do it anyway. Sleeping at the DHL spot. Okay. $8.39 paid on my loan. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get back inside, and then we are gonna get that trailer around. Okay. Now, I'm only now realizing that before I... Oh. Okay, well this is as good a place as any. I've actually got to take a little break myself. I will be back in just a second. And I'll get back on the road. Okay, I am back and ready to get back on the road. So let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and use the crawling gear to get going since we're in a tight place anyway. I keep hitting reverse because I'm not used to starting in crawling gear. Okay. We can get back on the road. My guy's got some sleep now. I'm gonna actually turn my headset down just a tad. Seems to be louder than it was. Oh, you know what? I'm sure I messed with the volume as I was putting it down. That's what happened. I was like, I can't believe that I was listening to it that loud before, because that is a really loud engine in my ears. Okay. We're gonna drop it to second. Get ready to come out on the road here. Oh, that was not second, that was first. Well, apparently having a better gear is not making me a better driver, because I'm getting all kinds of gears wrong. I should have stopped at McDonald's. Look at that. Could have stopped at McDonald's. Makes me wonder if there's really a McDonald's there in real life. There could be, which would be a good reason to put it there. But it makes me wonder. Okay, so this roundabout I'm going to be going left, which means I signal before I get in. And then I keep signaling past the first one, and then I switch my signal for the second one. I made full use of that truck skirt. Okay. Now go that way. Got another roundabout coming up as well. These are some pretty tight roundabouts too. Going straight through so I don't signal. Oh, crap. And then I'm not sure on the whether I'm supposed to signal that I'm staying in the roundabout or not. Probably need to watch the videos on roundabouts. I used to, when I lived in Germany, I drove roundabouts, but it's been years now, so I'm out of practice a little bit. But I'm pretty sure, okay, if I'm taking a right, I signal a right. If I'm taking a left, I signal a left. If I'm going straight, I don't signal. But then once I'm inside, I think I signal to show that I'm staying inside the roundabout, for anybody who didn't see me come in, obviously. And then I signal when I'm leaving. So I should be signaling in case of a straight. I don't signal as I enter, but I do signal to keep myself in. Ooh. Yeah, these brakes, I need to adjust them, that's for sure. They were adjusted really well for what I was doing, but for like city car driver and stuff, but for this, I don't know if there's a way. Again, I'm gonna have to do some research, because it could be that Thrustmaster sends so much for the maximum send that the game doesn't know what to do with that, so it freaks out, and maybe I need to just have it send less, or maybe there's a way in-game configure something to have it change. We'll see if I can get turned around here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Got a little car right there beside me I do not want to hit. Okay. Stop that. So apparently, coming down here with a trailer was not my best plan. I'm gonna make it though. We do have enough space. And that's about all I have. Nope. Didn't quite put on the brakes soon enough. Ooh. I don't need that anymore. Okay. Let's see if we can make the rest of it right here. So I watched a video the other day. Someone, I think it was on ETS2, that someone posted and said, look, it's Euro Truck in real life, but it was some guy turning around on this little... crap. This little European, I would even say Eastern European road. How far out am I? I feel like they're about to hit me. Oh, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Okay. Anyway, this Eastern European street where they'd taken a wrong turn or made their delivery and had to get out. Anyway, this little, I mean, turnaround, pretty much like that, except way harder, I would say. And also in the video, the guy actually totally pegs like he almost makes it, like he is so close to making it, but then he clips with the back corner of his semi trailer. He actually hits a car that's parked there, so he like backs his trailer back in between some things, and then as he pulls out, then the back end of the trailer is sticking out too much and nicks a car that's parked there and ruins what would have been a perfect maneuver. I mean, like, he's got someone out spotting him and stuff, but he literally just like slips into all these spots that you're like, no, there's no way he's gonna make it. And then as he's coming back out of it, then he ends up nicking the car next to him. Okay, so I'm gonna be signaling a left turn here. Now this is my right turn signal. So I'll signal that as I come around. And that was a well executed roundabout. Much better than I've been doing on my others. Come on, let's turn. Oh, and it did. Right as it went behind my screens where I couldn't see it though. So I've got my microphone right there, and then I've got the split in my screens, which is extra wide so that my microphone can fit. So right in that area, I'm a little bit blind. What I need to do is get a taller microphone stand so that I can have it come in over the monitors instead of between them, but not today. Come on, time to go. Definitely got to get used to this new clutch. Or adjust it so that it does what the old one did. Move up just a little bit. So I am trying to do on a semi-clutch, you've got your clutch release and then the end you have a clutch brake, and so I have it actually grabbing fairly late to try and simulate that. I've never actually done it, so I don't know how well it's I've never done it on a real truck, so I don't know how well it's actually simulating anything in that front. But I'm at least trying to. And so I've got it. No. Hey. Just about got hit. I just about didn't even see it till I was getting hit. But so it's a good thing they didn't hit me, because it would have been a blind hit. I wouldn't have seen it. So I'm going to be resting one more time before the end of all this. Hopefully I still make the delivery on time. Because when I planned all the reroutes, I thought I've got plenty of time, but the other thing is whether I want to stream long enough to finish it here, but we'll see. Great feedback, great feedback. Okay, so I guess my advice is anybody who's sitting on the fence on whether to get a G920 or a Thrustmaster TMX, I would do the Thrustmaster TMX. Now that having been said, I will be putting mine up for sale. So if you really wanted a G920, I could give you one that's used. I mean, it's used. I've had it for a year and a half now. Oh, I forgot to signal here. I forgot to be in that lane. Man. This was like my worst roundabout of the evening. I will probably be putting mine up for sale here shortly. I was kind of waiting until everything came in, and that has now been accomplished. So there we go. But I'm hoping to recoup a little bit of my cost on the upgrade and move me closer to my future GPU upgrade that I still do plan on doing when they come out with the new whatever it ends up being. The apparently I shouldn't have shifted the the 1180 or the 2080 or whatever it is. I'd like to get an 80 series of the new one when it comes out, so selling this would get me closer to that, or selling the old one would get me closer to that. Man, this suede feels great under my hands too, and I love the diameter. It feels beefy. Obviously it doesn't feel as beefy as a real semi would, but it feels very much like a real car. Like the size of the no. I'm okay on fuel. Here's a place I could have rested. Okay, wait. That makes me wonder. If I hadn't exited, I probably could have made that okay. But I think the DHL was pretty much my only option with having exited. Stat oil, huh? It's funny because I'm at like, a third of a tank, and so I feel like, oh, but 1,300 kilometers left for that third of a tank. That would be one disadvantage to upgrading to a second axle, is losing capacity on the tank, which I haven't had to. Of course, I haven't done a full. I have done. I have put some fuel in my truck so far, but I haven't done a major tank refill where it was anywhere near empty. So that may be an interesting experience on the economy mod here, where, come on, get past me, on the economy mod where everything costs so much in relation to how much I'm making. Maybe a very interesting experience to see my bank account plummet as I refuel the truck. On the stock game, with the stock economy, filling your truck just isn't that big of a deal. It's something you do. But I'm thinking that with this real economy mod, it's going to be a painful experience. We'll have to see. Maybe near the end of my delivery here, I'll stop and do a fuel refuel. To see just how painful it actually ends up being. Oh, I love this feedback. Gives so much feedback on the corners. It's great. And I could, you know, get an actual bit of an arm workout in the process, so win-win situation. I'm gaining on this guy. I think I can wait till... Oh, no. I was gonna say, I think I can wait and go around, but then everybody decided to slow down. I was totally doing the judging my speed and his speed and the oncoming car speed to figure out whether I needed to slow down or not, and then everybody slowed down and messed up my calculations. So after this car, I am going to hop out there. Got another McDonald's, huh? And it's a fuel stop. I'm not ready to stop for fuel yet. I'll probably plan out my next stop for some place that I can fuel. So if I look at that, we got 7 hours till my next stop. I wish that in the GPS they gave an idea of how far away points were that you add in. You know, like this one is 6 hours away or something, so then you could kind of guesstimate and plan out pit stops and stuff better. That would be a cool addition in future versions. SCS, if you're listening to me, happen to be listening to my suggestion, I would suggest having the GPS tell you... Sorry, my screen is like sagging or something. Yeah, it hasn't bothered me too much so far. Anyway, if you're paying attention, have the GPS give you estimated time to the waypoints. That way you can plan rest stops and stuff like that on your route, rather than just having to be as you get close. Start watching for them. Apparently I need a pit stop. 11 o'clock is too late for me. And speaking of pit stops, here is one of my planned detours, I think. Maybe this is just one of the normal route things. Well, I definitely slowed down enough. Okay. Oh, I was like, am I getting back on the going the other way? So for a second I thought I had missed a turn or something and that it was now sending me back, but that is not the case. Cool. 80. I can stop right up here and see just how painful it is to refuel. Nah, I wanna keep going. Okay, so I've got a red light up ahead. Okay, come on. Come on, Pan Tourist. Come on. Is there someone in front of you? Because you are sure taking off slowly. This is one of my planned detours, though. Makes sense. Okay. So, roundabout coming up. I will be going right. Oh, and then I need to get in the left lane because I'm going to be going left on this roundabout. Oh, except that this is a roundabout that doesn't have any other... Interesting. Okay. Oh, that was a repair shop. How am I doing on repairs, by the way? I haven't even looked at that. Now, the mod does supposedly make repairs and stuff go down. Since you don't get as much money, you don't wear out as quickly either, which is great. And we have... Oh, hiring place. And it didn't discover it. I had to be on the other side of the street. Oh. No, I do need to be over here this time. And he was not turning. And that's why you have to turn right if you're in the right lane of a roundabout. And we've got a red light coming up, so we'll just lay off for a minute. Ooh, and we've got cars sticking out. So European. Okay. Apparently I need to get over. That was a cool truck over there, had lots of lights. So I assume this is one of my planned detours. Okay. I totally feel the engine vibrating in the steering. That is a good thing. I'm glad I can do that without having it chatter, because I could not do that in the past. With the G920, if I tried to do the engine noise, it was just like... It was not something that could work. Okay. I'll be turning right here. Hopefully I make the light. It did make the light. Okay. And I should be discovering a truck dealership right up here. Wonder which one. Scania, huh? Yeah, I'm actually going to adjust this just a little bit. I think my centering is a little bit strong, so let's go ahead and bring that down just a bit and see how that goes. Okay, now in this case I definitely need to be in the left lane because I am hopefully I didn't just cut him off. Okay, so that's my right turn signal. Okay. And another great thing about roundabouts, make U-turns so easy. Okay. I think I will have to build my heavy hauler as a Scania. Get the nice Scania V8. Okay. And then I'll be hanging a left up here. So I should probably stay where I am. Oh, over-revving. Well, I'm definitely feeling the greater feedback in my arm. Which is part of the reason I turned the centering down, but it's probably a little higher than it needs to be anyway. Apparently I should have stopped a little farther back, huh? Oop, I was in high before. I meant to be in low. And I should have my turn signal on too. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead. Oh, there's not a right lane in a second. We're gonna split. Okay. We're gonna be just going straight through on this one. Okay, so now and then I need to exit right here. This is quite the tight setup. I did it though, threaded that needle. I didn't know I was going to. How are we doing? I think we're doing okay. I had the last couple of streams where by the end of the stream my computer was getting pretty hot and it started to get more glitchy. But I think I've remedied that. It was just that the room was getting hot because I've got a... Okay, so this guy... I need to be here. I have no... Crap. Well, that was totally wrong. How bad did that just mess up my time? table. Why was it trying to send me that way anyway? That's what I want to know. Huh. I should be fine. Well, wouldn't have done that in real life, huh? Okay, I really don't know why it was trying to send me that way. I guess it was just trying to go a different way. Oh, well, I didn't want to go that way, apparently. And then right here, we've got another semi that's off to the side of the road. Is he pulled over? Or is he broken down? Oh, he is pulled over. Okay. And of course, now it drops to 70. Because we've got a... whatever this is. Ooh, and now it drops to 40. Oh, we are crossing the border is what this is. Cool. Okay, let's floor it and get back up to speed now. Well, the stream definitely ended up being longer than I was originally thinking it was going to be. How long have I even been? I started at 9:30, so hour and a half. Originally I was going to do an hour, so. I do not need to stop anytime soon. In fact, I've got 4 hours till my next stop. So about daytime, about 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I should start looking for a place. RTV Euro, cool. Excuse me. I think I'll probably go ahead and fill up at that point. Well, it's a lot of money for the new setup, but I think it was worth it. I don't know, we'll see if I decide that long term. Although I've already done research into what I could spend even more money on and have even cooler, but that was more than a little daunting. The amounts of money to have it be even cooler. But I definitely like the new setup better. Anybody who's been watching and doesn't know that yet, I do. I love the Mega Shifter. I'm gonna have to. I can't wait to get the adapter in. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Because what I'm actually running to right now, I think it's not adapter related because this is on there pretty tight. I need to actually, there's a little nut up there which tightens this down to the adapter here, and I think that that's not tight enough. It's not holding like it needs to. Okay, what have I got here? Is this where I'm supposed to be going? This is totally where I'm supposed to be going. Almost missed my turn again. I love the more complicated on-ramps and off-ramps and intersections and stuff that you get with Pro mods. sometimes it can be a little daunting trying to figure out which one of those little snaky things you're actually supposed to be taking. I guess if I were watching the signs that told me which city I was led which way, and I actually knew, especially Eastern European geography well enough, I could probably do it with the signs. Like right now, it looks like I'm going to Gdansk Centrum. And why am I going to Gdansk? Is that one that I chose to... It was not one that I chose to explore. Probably should have, but I did not. Okay. Warsaw discovered. Cool. Looks like a pretty steep guy here, so I'm gonna slow it down. Probably more than I needed to, but better than safe than sorry, I guess. Ooh. One a little wide. Hopefully they'll forgive me. I still need to learn how to do, because American truckers often just turn into the other lane, but it doesn't seem like European truckers do the same thing, so I've got to figure out how to effectively do the corners so I don't nick my trailer but don't take out the other lane. That's something I'm still working on, that's for sure. Okay, so almost want to drop down a gear here, but I'm finally climbing, so I think I'll stay where I am. Okay, reset the cruise and go for it again. Wondering if I'm gonna wish I had pushed it a little bit to get around this guy. Of course, maybe he'll save my bacon when he slows down for a corner that I don't think I need to, and I'm forced to slow down and don't tip over. So that having been said, I'm gonna pass him. Okay, we are down to 8 hours, and I have about 2 hours before I need to start looking for a place to stop. Is that a Scania? That is a Scania. And this is not my exit. It's a simple enough one that I'm not struggling too much. Ooh, I can feel that pushing a little bit. Okay. Cool. I'm definitely feeling tired. I think I can finish this one though. 11:15. Yeah, I think I can finish it. 7 times 3, another half hour. Thank you. You totally let me go. Oh, come on. And we've got a roundabout, huh? I wonder if everybody's slowing down. Well, not as much as if it weren't a roundabout. Okay. So I need to go straight through, which means once I enter, I'll start signaling. And then signal again. Come out the other side. So I can park here. What am I looking at parking wise in the future? I'll park. I think I'll do the next one. Yeah, I'll do the next one. Especially since it says no left turn. And we've got like an airport over here. Interesting. Or an airplane. Oh, I wonder if this is where those airplanes are made. Ah, damn it. It's gonna take some getting used to on that hat, because it's kind of at an angle which is throwing me off. That would be better. Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick though. Let's see. Options. No. Keys. There we go. We're gonna try that for my high beam, low beam. We'll see. That works pretty well. Okay, so here's a rest area coming up. Wrong button. Okay. Okay. Park. Let's get some rest. Cool. I've made like 3 loan installments since I've been on the road here. I haven't been paid anything, which maybe it's only been 2. 3, that'll be pretty much all of my income from this trip. So, we'll have to see. Okay, we are totally going to take a pick here, because this is, I think, better than any I've had so far. Photo mode. E W, nope, something like that. We'll do that. Okay. Capture. Exit. Let's get on that road. On the road again. Okay. Go, go, go. Go, grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Something like that. Burning up the quarter mile, you know. 6 hours and 55 minutes left. I should get there by 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Dang, it's going to be just after dark, which means I will be parking in the dark. Cool. Got another construction area. Hey, polizia. Okay. And... nope. Okay, so something's telling me that I'm going to be slowing down, but I'm not. So whatever was telling me I'm slowing down was wrong. Or not. I am going to slow down here. Oh, it's a good thing I slowed down because I'm feeling that corner at my slower speed. I guess I was about up to the speed I had been before. What? What is that guy set to? Options, controls, keys. That is that the same button? That's the same button. Okay, I guess I can't do that one then. Nope. Up. Oh, that is good to know. So apparently those two buttons are mapped to the same thing. Okay. So this is a cool road through here. I like the farmland. Where am I? Am I in Poland? Yeah. Cool. Should be getting up near the near the coast here soon. And I'm going towards Gdansk. Okay. Getting back up to speed. Okay. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the view and not saying much. Part of that might be because I'm feeling the 1,500 kilometers I put on the road or whatever it was. So it looks like I'm not going to be filling up again before I get there, which is fine, but it means I'll have to fill up early on in my next delivery, or the one thereafter, depending on how long it is. I'd still like to get down to Italy, and I'm having difficulty finding jobs that'll get me down to Italy. We're gonna slow it down a little bit here. Got a truck on the side of the road. Gotcha. And we've got another one. And I've got like a big boat in the middle of a not very big lake. It's a pretty big motorboat for that size of a lake, that's for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in 6 low actually, instead of going up to the high. Oh, you know what? There's a seam in my hat right there. That's why it bugs me so much. That makes sense. Cool. Oops. Went off a little bit. Okay, so I've got some weird instructions coming up. Is that because I told it to take off into this town? That is why. Okay. So I am going to be... Okay. I'm totally gonna mess this one up. I know I'm gonna mess this one up. Okay, so I'm gonna be exiting here. And then... Oh, that's why. It is really that weird. And then going that way. I'm actually not sure how I would have done that if I were not going this way. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to the right. Globe Oro. It's this way, huh? Okay. And then around this one. And hiring agency, huh? Okay. I am actually going to go into a lower gear here. A recruitment agency. That's what it's called. Dropping a few frames now. be taking a left at the next one. Ah, dang it. I'm dropping a lot of frames now. And now, gotta go do that little on-ramp thingy that I saw up here. I'm gonna come. Oh man, this is tight. Oh. Huh. Apparently that's how I would have done it. The way that semi just did it. Something tells me I wouldn't have done it as well as he just did it though. Ooh, that was way close on nicking that back there. There we go. Back on the road. And we are gonna pass. No, we're not gonna pass. Well, that did me a whole lot of good. Okay, we are down to 4 hours. We can finish by midnight, I think. Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead, car. You gotta go. Really? I totally almost hit them. That was really about as close as it could come. And looks like we've got some kind of a border control thingy. Looks like I'm supposed to go this way. Yep. I don't know if I'm supposed to stop. I don't see a stop sign. So I'm just gonna keep going. Look at that. That's like 3 Kenworths. Okay. And now we're into Russia, huh? I just like popping through a corner of Russia. Where is it? Back off a little. Oh yeah. Fun times. Oh, wrong button. Okay. Now I get to drive through a bit of Ruska. Got a policeman right there. Sun's up in my rearview mirror. Man, it's nice feeling suede. And is that saying 70 or is it saying something else? 70. We're good to keep going. Oh, except this is my turn. Oh, caught it a little bit. Oh, I'm going through here to discover stuff, huh? Let's see what we've got. Looks like the building's slowly getting taller because it's like inching up a pixel at a time. Anyway. I can barely see the light between my... It's like an interesting street. Nice and steep and has a streetcar track going down it. Cool. This is a cool little city to discover. Yes. $60, huh? Definitely dropping some frames again. Seems to happen every time I get into a city. Oh man. Wow. Cool. God, a garage or a repair shop? Was that a garage or a repair shop? Oh, it was a garage. Cool. This is a really cool place. Although being really cool like it is eating my frames. A dealership. A Renault dealership, huh? Oh man. And I ran off the road just a bit there. Cool. I was trying to read the sign up there and then I realized I can't read Russian, so it's not going to mean anything to me. So, even if it had been at a better angle. Crossing the tracks. Chung chung. Maybe we'll finish by midnight. I'm not so sure anymore. So I do my math wrong because it's like 18 to 1 or 20 to 1 or something on the scale, which means that every hour should be 3 minutes. Which means that's only like 10 minutes of driving. Also, of course, you don't go super slow because I forget to speed up as I leave town. And now it dropped down to 70. I thought it was 90 for a second there. It's going to be 90 again right here. Go faster on the open road. I'll get it up to speed here. And it crashed. Well, I guess I'm not gonna finish tonight because the game crashed and it's gonna take a good 10 minutes probably to get back into the game with pro mods on, so I guess I'll finish next time. That settles on whether I'll be streaming until it's done or not. I really need to figure out why I'm getting these crashes. Anyway, thanks for anybody that watches. And bis zum nächsten Mal.